Yo, guys, welcome. How's it going? Let me share my screen really quickly. Yo. Yes, welcome, guys. Let me just get this off. How many have we got in right now? 7. Share my screen really quickly there. Yeah, welcome everybody. If you got any questions, let me know. Yeah, welcome everyone. How is everyone doing? I'll start breaking gold down in a second, alright? I'll start breaking gold down in a second, so if you've got any questions, let me know. Yo. Yeah, guys, like I say, share. Like I say, guys, drop me a message if you've got any questions. But what I'm looking for on gold is, if we look at this higher time frame now, say hourly time frame here. Let me just check. That's all good. Yeah, if we look at the hourly time frame here, look at the overall direction. There's been nothing. It's just been in this like big sideways chop. Today there's been a few entries. Like I said, there was a 30-minute entry here. There's a 30-minute entry here that you could have taken for this push higher. But other than that, there hasn't been much. Hasn't been much on gold. Yo, guys. Yeah, I'm live on TikTok too, guys. If you want to head over to the YouTube, guys, link in the TikTok bio. Head over there. How many have we got in the YouTube right now? 10. Austin, how's it going, bro? Welcome. Right, TikTok, I'll be back later. I'm going to end this here. If you want to watch the YouTube live, just click the link in my TikTok bio, okay? In a bit. Right, we're cool. Yeah, welcome guys. Right, let's get this started properly on YouTube now. Nice one for the lights, guys. I appreciate it. Right, yeah, let's break gold down. So if we look at the daily first, look what the daily's formed. The daily's formed, look. It's taken highs. Look, it's taken highs. Could we flip bearish? Possibly. But like I say, I'd need it to break below some ranges before that. If I'm going to be looking to sell gold, someone, like a few of the Discord members have already mentioned that we've got some trendline liquidity coming here, which is good to see that them spotting the trendline liquidity. I know Jamie put this in the chat. Absolutely perfect. If you start breaking below your levels, yeah, these are great targets to look to trade gold into. You've also got these lows here. So there's a lot of liquidity sitting below market for sells on gold if we do close below some levels. Okay. In terms of, like I say, in terms of buys, look what price did. It's taken this trendline liquidity, started reversing. So main thing for me now is just to find a range to trade. Is there anything super clear yet? I'd probably say for me it's probably sells below this level here. 31.13 for now. Like I say, we've just reacted from here nicely. Look, if we look, we've just had a nice rejection away from this. We get closes back below here. I'm going to be looking to sell gold down into these lows here. Okay. Got some decent targets down there on gold. That is my level for sells below. Anyone taking this 15? Big stop loss. Are you looking at... I don't know if... Let me just reply. Yeah, and in terms of buys, guys, like I say, it's in this huge range, and what you tend to find on gold is when you're in the these bigger swings, look, you've got these bigger swings like this, when you've got these big swings on gold, you tend to have bigger ranges. Like if you look yesterday we had this nice tight range. That's because the range was a lot smaller. Look, smaller range here too. When you've got these big swings, you're obviously going to have bigger ranges that you need to be buying and selling below. And for buys right now, it's probably back above here. Probably back above here for buys. This is probably the range that we're in currently on gold. I wouldn't want to be buying anywhere else other than above 31.28. Simple as that for me. Simple as that. And obviously, they're your liquidity targets that you'd look to sell down into if you started closing below. And obviously for buys, it'd be back into some highs like this. That is my analysis for the US session. Like I say, big swings. Look at this. Let me show you what today's done. From low to high in Asia, 280 tick push up, straight back down, 280 tick push down, straight back up, 280 tick push back up, straight back down. And now it's looking like it wants to push back up. So, gotta stay patient. Nice one for the lights, guys. Yeah, guys, let's see who's here. Drop a comment if you just tuned in. We've got 12 people currently tuning in. Like I say hi. If you've got any questions, let me know. But yeah, gold. There's nothing unless we start creating more range then. $12 to $24 range. Nah, I got this is my range here. Unfortunately, it's a big range, but it is what it is. Decent little range there. That's the thing as well, like you just got, at the end of the day, you have to trade what you've got in front of you, okay? Always remember that as well, guys. It's super important. Always trade what's in front of you. You know, if you're trading not what's in front of you, you're trading emotionally. And trading emotionally is not good in trading because you want to stay as emotionless as possible, okay? You know, this is my range on gold, okay? I know it's a big range, but that's because we've got these big swings. Look, big push up, big push down. When you've got big swings, you have bigger ranges. But I'm making sure that I'm trading what's in front of me and not what I feel. You know, a lot of people would say, okay, I don't want this big of a range. I want to trade a 20 tick range like so. Okay? They're saying I want to trade a 20 tick range like this, and they're not trading what the market is showing them. They're trading what they feel and what their emotions are saying because they want to catch a position. That's not the correct way to do it, you know? Trade what's in front of you and trade what you have. Let's say in the next, I don't know, the next 30 minutes, price does something like this. Then yeah, perfect. We can change the range, but for now, we just can't. Do I use volume bars? No, I don't, mate. I don't use volume. No, I don't use volume bars on my trading. No, I tend to, like I say, I tend to just... One second, just getting rid of that. I tend to just trade purely breakouts and price action. I don't trade any indicators as such. Just because price action will always tell you. You know, for me, like I trade purely price action because price action will tell you everything that you need to know way before any indicator. You know, like half of these indicators tell you that a move, like half of these indicators will say, okay, you're crossing like an EMA for buys. Well, the candle crossed it like 20 minutes ago. You know, if you have like a range and you cross the range, that's that's price action telling you. If you sweep liquidity, that's price action telling you that the momentum's there. For me, like, I just trade purely price action. I have like 2 or 3 levels on my charts. No need for indicators, because for me, my price action will tell me an entryway before any indicator. But that's just for me. Like, you trade what you want, of course. Everyone trades their own style. Everyone trades their own way. There's no right or wrong trading style. But for me, keeping it simple, having that great, keeping it simple, having that great execution is definitely the right step that you need. Yo, good morning, Brian. Welcome, mate. How many have we got in right now, guys? Currently 30 in. Welcome. Well, I don't think that's right. 17. Like I say, guys, if you just tuned in, welcome to the stream. If you've just tuned in, guys, welcome to the stream. Drop a subscribe, drop a like. Best way to read price action. I've been running into issues with moving averages, lagging, giving me false signals. Yeah. Austin, when you understand pure price action, pure technicals, the best thing to do is to, guys, there's so many people, and this is going to help so many people, so many traders. Okay, one sec. So many traders are trying to catch, okay, these huge moves down like this, trading, for example, an order block, or for example, a fair value gap, all this rubbish, and they're trying to catch and predict these 600 tick pushes every single day. Like, drop the ego and learn to just try and predict what the next candle's going to do. And that's what I do, okay? I break above my level. I try and find what the next candle's going to do, because the price action's showing me that at the time. If I can catch 20, 30 ticks, trying to understand what the next candle's going to do and not the next 500, that puts you in a better position, because, all I need is 30 to 40 ticks per day, 1 to 2 trades per day, and that's absolutely fine. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to catch these huge moves. I'm not trying to wait for price to come into my level, cotch, whatever they call it, break a structure, come back into an imbalanced fair value gap before pushing higher into this huge move into these liquidity. No, this is just so much prediction. And you're not going to be able to keep, it's not good for the psychology. I'm literally waiting for a closure above, trying to find what the next 15, 30 minute candle, whatever my entry is, get my 20, 30 ticks, reduce my risk to break even. And if we get a runner into some highs, perfect. I catch a 200 tick move, if so. But I'm not trying to catch that. I'm trying to catch what the next candle's going to do, Like, a lot of the time when I was trading, 3-4 years ago, I was taking payout. Like 5-6 years ago when I first started, I was trying to enter off a level, with structure, with a daily bias, all this and that. And literally, I'd enter, for example, here. I'd have my stop all the way up here, and price would, go into my drawdown before going into any profit. And I've not even got correct what the next candle's going to do. I've literally been in drawdown for so long. And you probably cut your position in drawdown anyway. And for me, just trying to catch 20, 30 ticks, understanding what the next candle's going to do is way better. Like, there's no need to try and catch, the next 500 candle push. I know I know it's a lot, but you know what I mean. Just try and, like I say, just keep it simple. Learn pure price action. That's all you need. Pure price action, guys. I hope that made sense, what I was trying to show you all. All I'm trying to say is that you don't, not that everyone's got an ego, but most traders have ego. That they say, right, price needs to come into here, then and they say it needs. Price needs to go. Stop saying it needs and start saying, okay, if we close above here, we could push into these highs. If it closes below here, we could push into those lows. I'm open to both sides. I'm open to show me what. I'm open to letting price tell me what it wants to do. You know, change what you're saying. Change how you're thinking. Okay. When I say the next candle, do I mean a 30? Yeah, that's literally it. Like, guys, yesterday, I didn't take it because, guys, look at this. Yesterday's trades, we was in this range all day. I took some NQ. I took like 2k on NQ yesterday, which was beautiful. 2 grand. But, like I say, we was in this sideways, and I said here, all right, guys, I'm off to the gym. Going to the gym. Not watching this price action. We broke out, look, 5 o'clock, which is absolutely fine. Nice breakout at 5 o'clock. And then look what happens. After this breakout, you've got a beautiful impulse entry to take shorts. Here. Like so. Stops wherever the high is. And look, this next 30-minute candle, I'm not trying to catch this whole move because I don't need to catch this whole move down. I need to catch my little piece, 30 to 40 ticks, and look what happens. If I was at the chart, I probably would have taken this, and look at that. The next candle has give you 120 ticks, which is, if you look at it in terms of risk to reward, you've got a 3.5 risk to reward there. You know, nice. That's a nice position on gold. Liquidity, closure, push down. Morning, Hood. Nancy, good morning. Welcome. Stream's healthy. Yes, guys, let's smash these likes. What is this? 6 likes. Let's smash these likes, guys. We've got 6 right now. 18 people tuning in. Welcome all. News today, guys. We have got news. I've already checked this. We have got news at 1:15 in about 15 minutes, and it's quite big news. So, you know, especially when you've got forecast and previous so far ahead of each other, like they're not close, you're probably going to get some reaction. You know, especially if it comes out like, I don't know, way below forecast or way above forecast. But yeah, beautiful little entry there on gold. If you took that, nice work. There was also a 15 entry. And this is what I mean. I'm not trying to guess what price is doing here. Like, we're not trying to guess that. Leave that for the ego traders. Let them do that. They can all fight for the 10 ticks in that range. I'm only trying to catch one candle, 2 contracts on a 30-tick push. That's $600. You know, if you're not happy with $600 for the day on one account, never mind the 4 or 5 we trade, well, you probably won't be happy with anything else, but I'm more than happy with 30 or 40 ticks per day. Do you have a maximum size of a breakout candle? Nah. Like I say, this breakout here, we had these lows to take. If the breakout if we closed below the range and took this liquidity, then yeah, I'd just leave it because we've taken my targets. But if I've got targets and we break below and we get the wick to enter on, I'm entering. There's no actual trade that we're trade breakout size. The best thing that you can have, really, the best thing that you can have is a range. Okay, let's say you've got a target up here, like so. You come into the range. The best thing to do is break out as close to the range as possible. Obviously, a clean enough close where you're getting above, and then you've got all that range. You know, you don't want to be breaking out up here, so close to your target, because that isn't really worth it. You know, the more room you've got into that target, the better. Now, I like to break out strong enough, but not too much. Like here, that's perfect. You know, if you're breaking out like. One sec, if you're breaking out like here, then it's not strong enough. If you're breaking out up here, it's too strong. This was perfect. Look, breakout. Look at that breakout. Push down. You've got loads of room into them walls. But yeah, we've got big news, guys, in 15 minutes. Big news in 15. Streams, what we're saying. Yes, guys, 1 sec. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Oh, I thought there was someone here. Not all good. I thought there was someone here. But yeah, what were we saying? Who's that? Yes, guys, if you've got any questions, feel free to drop a question too. Like I said, we've got this news in 10-15 minutes. What's everyone think news is gonna do? We'll see what this news does, guys. If it just absolutely flies and takes all targets, then that'll be me. But we'll see. Like I said, we've got 10 minutes until that anyway. But just look at this. Stupid. Huge. Like, what you want to see really is nice ranges like this. I know it's a bit choppy still, but you want to see ranges like this. Like, these are just huge pushes up and down. And all that means is you're going to have bigger ranges. What? Get rid of that. But yeah, for me, the range is kind of this low to there, probably. Yeah. All you can really have for now. How do I mark my ranges? It's just recent support and resistance, really. Like I say, if we start creating a range here now, you could have some buys back above there. That's fine. You know, you've got a decent range here now to buy above, but it's just recent levels of support and resistance that make sense. Just where price has reacted from multiple times on like the 15-minute. Cheers to the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Everyone who's liking, subscribing, nice one. Mm. Yeah, like I say, if gold, let's just say, for example, gold does something like this, then this is a nice range to trade. You know what I mean? You just need to be patient on this range. Obviously, you've got the 3 entries that we look for. You've got your half risk, then you've got your impulse and confirmation. Like, there's 3 entries that we have, but it's just within the range all the time. Nice one for the lights, guys. Appreciate you all. Appreciate it. Like I said, we'll stay on and see what news does. If news absolutely ruins the chart, like let's say news just does that, smashes all-time highs, there's not much we can do. If you've caught a position today, close your laptop and be done for the day. You know, even if you've caught 20 to 30 ticks, just come back in an hour. You know, there's no need to be forcing anything. Yeah, look at that. We've got some news at 1:15, so in 8 minutes. Guys, also, if anybody is interested in joining the community, learning the full strategy, you know, learning ranges, breakouts, trading liquidity, learning the setups and being in the members chats, you know, all the private members chats, you can sign up to the community with the link I've just posted in the, you know, I've just posted the link in the chat. Just posted it twice. You can sign up there, guys. Learn the full strategy, basically one-on-one mentorship. You can ask me questions personally. I was marking ranges on ES, but I didn't know if you use the wicks or bodies multiple times. Just do what makes sense. I look personally just, oh, look at that. What a sell-off. Look. Trendline liquidity smashed. I was looking at ES today and I had this range for sells below here. But it just got below. When it got below, it just didn't take any recent liquidity, which is annoying. I was looking at shorts on ES. I didn't know it pushed down this much though. It pushed before. But there just wasn't any recent liquidity, so there just wasn't valid entries for me. But, like I say, for me, I just do what recent price action's telling me. Like, this price action here is enough. Here, you know, look. Support, breakout. Even here, look. Resistance, support, resistance. That range is perfect. And gold and ES is flying down. Good work if you caught any shorts though. Sorry, guys, just having a look. Like I said, we've got news. 4 minutes till news, guys. 4 minutes till news. Guys, it's the best community ever. It's just like having a personal mentor with Joe, plus so many great traders in his community who help everyone perfect. Yeah, that's it. That's what it's about. Nice one, Nancy. Appreciate that. Yeah, like I say, good group of people, great group of people. And even though the market, guys, even though the market, like you look at gold over the last, I'd say 2 weeks ago, this is perfect conditions. Okay? 2 weeks ago, oh, it was insane. Even though gold in the last, look, in the last 2 weeks, look, on gold, we've been in these like kind of bigger ranges. Even now, look. And even though we've been in these conditions where price, you know, you're not going to see as many entries and, you know, you're going to see a little bit of choppiness. Like, this price action here, we was on fire. Even though these we've been in these bigger ranges, it's still been profitable. You know, we've still been profitable payouts, you know. It's good to see that any condition, bearish, consolidation, nice and bullish, but you're making profit consistently. And that's what you want to see. You don't want to be not being able to profit when the market's, for example, chopping sideways like this. Like, even though these ranges are choppy, they're big enough to trade. Like this, even though it's big swings, it's still fine to trade. And we can still find our profit in it. But yeah, it's like the last couple of weeks, you know, it's been a bit more waiting, sitting on your hand like yesterday, look. Just about sitting on your hand yesterday. The day before, Monday. Sitting on your hands. But, you know, you're still finding profit within these ranges. Like this here, this nice push. Yeah, guys, got news in a minute. So, like I say, stay patient. Stay patient. Like I say, everything will be fine. Wait for them breakouts and closes, and then, like I say, let's see what this news is saying. We've got a minute, look. A minute until news. I just want to tell the community really quickly. Let's watch this together. News in 1 minute. Let's see what happens. Like I say, if we get some nice breakouts and some decent direction, then that's perfect. But right now, we're just waiting for that. And that I'm very, like, I'm not surprised, but like normally when you've got high impact news, gold will be in like a tight range for most of London session, but we've been in these big swings. Oh, anything could happen here. You've got liquidity at both sides. Anything could happen. Let's see. Let's jump onto the 5. Let's see. Anything gonna happen on it? For a break back above this level now, I'm not too bullish, then we've got some decent longs, but let's see. Cheers for the lights, guys. Whoever's smashing it, appreciate it. Can we get to 15? Can we get to 15? 15 lights, guys. I know a bit more of a relaxed session, not much going on, but that's what trading's about. You know, 90% of the time, you know, 90% of trading's just waiting. You know, we're paid to wait. We're not paid to be in the market all the time. You know, think of it that way. We're paid not to be active every single day in the market. Yeah, you might take trades every day, but not every hour of the day. You know, we're paid to wait for our high probability setups. We're paid to, you know, trade the plan. You know? Okay? Understand that. You know, if you have an urge to be in the market all the time, that's a problem. Right now, I feel nothing. Nothing looks clean for me. The only real entry that I'd have really liked to have been in is this push higher. But the way we broke out, and where we broke out, just broke out too bullish for me into this level here. You know, just understand that we're paid to wait. We're not paid to be in the market every 2 minutes. You know, even though we find our 30-40 ticks and be done for the day. You know, I trade my 3 hours in London, my 3 hours in the US session. That's me, you know. Sometimes it's a little longer, but you know what I mean. You get the drift. But yeah, big ranges today. Big ranges today. Look at the size of them. Yesterday, just to put it into perspective, yesterday the range that we were trading was 65 ticks. Right now it's 100. So it's almost like 1.5 times. You know, but the actual range today is like 200, 300 ticks. Look at that. Like 5 times almost. And I understand that. I understand the market is in an overall bigger range, and I just have to use higher probability levels. Simple. Done. Nice one, guys, for liking the video. Appreciate it. If anybody wants me to have a look at any other pairs too, drop me your pairs in. Drop me what pairs you want me to look at. If you got any questions, let me know. I'll stay on for a little bit longer. See what gold wants to do. Probably on this, I'll probably wait for this 30 closure. Once this 30 closes, if it looks like we're just gonna stay sideways, then I won't stay on. I'll just set some alerts and be done. Like I say, it'd be good to take something, but when price could do something like this here, do I really want to wait until like 2 o'clock, like another hour and a half watching this? No, it's just bad practice, guys. It's just bad practice. You know, I try to, you know, keep it real as much as possible. Like, would I be watching this price action if I wasn't on YouTube Live? No, I'd set an alert here. I'd set an alert here, and I'd just stay active in the community, answering questions and stuff. That's literally it. I'd set alerts and let it be. Good to see everyone tuning in as well. Even I know, guys, I know it's not super entertaining with how big the ranges are, but like I say, if you can take some value, a little bit of value away from any stream, and I'd say the main piece of information to take away from today's stream is just when you've got, look, just understand that gold's in a big range. Like, use high probability levels. Like, find out where you want to be buying and selling, and just wait. Patience. But yeah, like I said, I try to stay on. If I think gold's going to set up in the next 20, 30 minutes, I stay on. If I think it could possibly range for an hour, then I'm not going to just sit here with everybody. Like I say, it's not doing anybody any favors, and it's not good time spent, you know. Let's have a look at the crypto outlook on the Bitcoin daily. Oh, look at that. Beautiful daily 3-candle pattern there on Bitcoin. What is my Ondo doing? Yeah, I invested in Ondor here, basically. Decent little push away. Currently up about 7% on that. Not bad. Ooh. US. Look at NAS. Horrible drippy price action. Look at all them highs that haven't been taken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15-minute highs. You're likely to see them get taken before pushing down. Yeah, see how this 15 closes? Could close above here. Guys, let me just get my charger really quickly. Just that. Right, we're good. Nice. Sweet. Yeah, I'm watching this 15 here. I'm watching this 15 and 30. I'm liking longs if we can get back above this level, but there is a lot in the way. Like I said, like I've already mentioned, you know, you've got structure. You've got so much structure on the way up. It's not super clear, but it's valid if we get back above this sort of resistance area now. Cheers for the likes, guys. Cheers for the likes. Thanks for tuning in. What did the figures come out as? Refresh. Wow, look at that. Way above. Way above forecast. And previous. Let's just... Yeah, I'll see how this 15 closes, guys. If the 15 closes bullish, then we'll have a look at entries, but I'm a bit concerned with how many levels are around this area. It's not super clear. Like, you've got structure here. You've got structure here too. Even here. There's like so many levels. It was the same this morning too. Literally the same this morning. If I'm not convinced with something as well, I just don't take it. Like, I'd rather regret, like, missing a move than taking a loss if I'm not convinced. Simple as that for me. But yeah, I'm watching on this. I'm watching this 15. If we can get closures back above here, then that's decent. You can probably look at. Well, I'll probably be looking to buy. You've got a decent level to manage at like 30 ticks, but you've got these highs up here to take. But would I prefer buys back above, say, here? Of course, because you're clear of everything. You know, that buys are back above there is a lot nicer. But it's not super clear on gold. Another thing, I've got my payout request tomorrow on Alpha. So probably won't be trading that account anyway. I just stick to my top steps. You know, we've got like what? 2.9k to take in like 10 days. Perfect for me, that. And we just had top step payouts come through like recently. Decent little 15 closure here though. I'm gonna see how this 15 closes, because if this 15 close is bullish, say this 15 close is nice and bullish here, you got some decent longs there. You know, probably trade it like that. I like how this 15 is closing though. It's sweeping liquidity. Closing back above this range. Bottom wick to push higher would be nice. Got 2 minutes to close here anyway. Guys, if you got any questions whilst we're waiting, please feel free to let me know. Yeah, I'm liking these longs. You know, you swept liquidity down here, faking out this area. 4 hour is rejecting too, these levels. Liquidity grab 2 on the 5 and 15. Yeah. Let's see if we get a bottom wick here. I'll be looking to take this long in a second. You definitely got some management areas above though. You know, as soon as you come into say here, you need to be looking to manage. But yeah, that would be my management point here at like 27.6. And because we're closing above this range now, this like prior resistance, you can even see to the left, it's quite a big level. Like I said, I don't want to get too close to this area here. It needs to be worthwhile taking it. Like always, bottom wick to flip higher. If it instantly pushes up, there's just no entry. Cheers, gold. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, gold, mate. What would that stop be? Impossible. 2 tick stop? No way. You know, your management point is like 25 ticks. Like if you wanted to instantly execute this, you'd have sells. You'd have buys with your stop on these lows. You'd be running a big swing position. There's no way I'm having like a 90 tick stop loss. It's one of them, like, this entry, it would have been nice to take longs, but am I bothered that it pushed up instantly first? No, because my strategy tells me that I need to wait for the wick. This isn't a valid position because it hasn't had the wick. And look what's happening. Now it's being created, you'd have been taken out at break even. Nothing's happened, there's nothing missed. But I like more buys back above. I like more buys back above here. But you should feel this range now, because you know it's clean traffic into there. As they say, clean traffic, and you know you've got liquidity above there to take too. Hourly pushing too. Yeah, if it closes back above that level, then you're fine. I wanted that 15, but it just didn't bottom wick. Yeah, like I said, I wanted this position, but there's no way I'm having my stop loss down there. I'd wanted it like this. Like, yeah, ideally, the best thing that you'd want to see is the bottom wick. Let the bottom wick form, and then you flip higher, and we'd be in the trade here. That's what I wanted to see. That'd have been perfect. You know, you'd be taking longs, like so. Stops on the lows, wherever they get formed, looking for this play out, and it's forming now, but it just formed in the wrong way. You know, it pushed up, pushed down to push back up. There's no way I can take an entry. The next entry for me is probably back above here now. Which, it is what it is. No. Oh, horrible, horrible ranges on gold. Yeah, I'm probably going to leave it there. I'm probably going to leave it there for now. I'm just going to, like I said, I'm going to stay active in the community. There's nothing super clear just yet. I'll give you an update of what I'm probably going to be looking for. It's probably going to be this level for buys for gold now. You know, back above here. You know, we've just come close into this level, look. Started rejecting a little bit. But look, every time we've come into here, look. Support, look, resistance, look at this resistance here. Buys back above here is a lot cleaner for me right now. And that's probably what I'm going to be waiting for. For sells, like I say, you probably got sells back below something like 31.18. But I'm not really interested in that until you get some momentum going to the downside anyway. But that's what I'm going to be looking for right now. Buys, if we can get a closure back above here, that's what my focus is on gold. Back above there, and then you can take it long into some liquidity. But like I say, I'm just going to stay active and keep the Discord community updated. If you want to join the Discord community, get involved with the chats and stuff, guys. I've put the link in twice, so you can get involved with the members there and learn the full strategy. That's absolutely fine. Feel free. But yeah, I'm just gonna head off now, and I'll see you all tomorrow, YouTube guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Discord. I'll see you in the Discord then. Like I say, guys, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Okay? Appreciate everyone for tuning in again. Like I say, I wanted to get some longs, but it is what it is. I don't think we're going to get any opportunity really until we get back above here. Just like I say, trade safe, guys. Big ranges on gold today. Big swings on gold. And when it's like this, just understand that your ranges are going to be bigger and you're going to have to do a lot more waiting. A lot more waiting. You know, if you had a range like this, you won't be waiting as long for a breakout. But because we've got bigger ranges, it's basically waiting for like a bigger close. And it is what it is. Just understand that and trade the market. And like I say, see you all tomorrow. In a bit, guys.